What's going on, everyone? My name is Brandon Hainline. Now today we're going to be replacing these leather wrapped dash panels with the body color coded painted ones. Guys, I cannot wait to see what this looks like. All right guys, now safety is first, and remember this passenger side here houses the airbag, so that means that the battery has to be disconnected. Now keep in mind this is a plug-in hybrid, so it is different than your regular Jeep Wrangler. Disconnecting the 12-volt battery is a special procedure that we have to follow. So let's get started. Now before we just go and disconnect the battery right here, I need you to know that there is a special procedure we have to do inside this fuse panel here. Now this is my circuit breaker here for my power inverter that I have. I actually powered my whole house with that power inverter. I'll leave that down in the description below if you want to see that. Now what we need to look at here is the F09 fuse right there. F09, come on, focus in. F09. So F09 is the IDCM, all right? IDCM stands for Integrated Dual Charging Module. All right, where is F09? F09 is actually right there. It's the second one on the corner. It's going to be a small 5 amp fuse right there. All right, just going to take our little thing out here. I'm going to remove this 5 amp fuse. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. All right, now we can go ahead and disconnect the negative battery cable. All right, now this is completely disconnected. And then now also, there is no way for the integrated dual charging module to charge this because we have removed the fuse for that module. Yeah, so to replace these two panels here is actually really easy. We're gonna start off here. I'm gonna be pretty quick at this. Take this off here. Two screws there. That's going to come off. Now next thing we want to get off is this top piece right here. We'll use this trim stick. Oh, forgot. One screw right there. All right, that just comes off. Now we want to replace this piece here. Got some screws. That's off. All right, so the next thing we need to do is change over the vents. I think that is a Torx bit there. Alright, so this is all done here. This is going to look sharp. Come right here and just literally just pop this back on. We're going to put our screws back in. Now this side over here is a little bit different. We've got to take a few extra steps off here. So the first thing I want to do, this is going to make it easier for us. Pop this off here. Yeah. There's some one clip and two hooks back there. That is a 10 millimeter. This is going to allow us to gain access to these bolts easier, okay? You don't have to take that off, it just makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to come in here with the trim stick, and as you can see, it just kind of pops off, all right? Now guys, I wouldn't do this without the trim stick, all right? Because you're going to really gouge up your stuff. You can see there's a little tether right there. I'm going to go ahead and take these screws out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now the next thing you got to do is take your glove box out. Okay. Now once you get the glove box out, you're going to see some connectors here. Please don't mess with these. These are what they call bus connectors. This is each of these goes to a computer in your car, okay? And so if you start messing with this stuff, you can really cause a lot of issues. So please don't mess with that. All right, so what you need to do, there's 2 bolts, 2 13mm, right? One there, and one there. Okay, I don't know if you can see them there. Now before we remove the passenger side airbag, we have to disconnect the airbag connector. So it is actually underneath here also. I'm going to show you. Okay, it's that yellow connector right there. I'm going to just reach up in here, squeeze the tab, and pull it out, okay? So here this is separated. Now once we've got the connector disconnected, you can actually just pull right here and this whole thing will actually just come right out. As you can see here, this is the airbag assembly for the passenger side. So we have to kind of finagle this out and get this bag out. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to use a trim stick tool. There you go. This comes right out now. Once you've got those tabs out, now we got to make sure that we put it back in the exact same way. All right. So it goes like this right here. We're going to put it in the exact same way. Move that over here. You're going to hook this side in first. All right, see that side's hooked. And now we're going to just, if you ever want to see what an airbag looks like, there you go. That's what she looks like right there. That's the only time you want to see it like that. You don't want to see it the other way. All right, so we're going to hook this in here. See, I got that hooked. Now we're just going to really honestly just press this down until it clips and pull up on it. All right, make sure all these are in properly. They're all clipped in. Now we got to swap over the air vents. Now, these can be a little bit tricky to get out. I thought so they're kind of not really pressed on, but they can get stuck on there. Just gonna line those up and screw those back in. Now we'll have to say this is something that you could do if you're mechanically inclined. If you're not mechanically inclined, I would suggest you just don't do it because you can damage some panels. You know, the battery disconnect is, you know, it's not really tricky, but you know, you just got to make sure you follow the right procedure because we are dealing with the airbag. Okay, I'm going to take this vent, go ahead and put it in right here. As you can see, this is the Rubicon Red. I ordered those. I just actually paid for them and painted them blue because I couldn't really take my my leather ones and paint them. I had to have some type of painted surface. All right, let's see what this looks like. Let's get this airbag out of here. Let's get this, that's gone. All right, so as you can see here, that's what it's going to look like. So we've got the nice silver vents, really like that. So we got to make sure that we stick this connector back down in that corner back there, okay? And that just sits right in there. Look at that, kind of clips in. I want to make sure my connector, I've got access to it, it's not pinched. All right, reach in there, connect that back up. All right, that's good. Kind of tug on it to make sure that's connected properly. Let's go ahead and put our screws back in, and then we'll put the 13mm bolts back in. I know this sounds silly, but I use the cup holder for my screws just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. A lot of people put them in the floorboard. They can just get kicked around. Just not a fan of that. All right, now as you can see, the 2 screw holes right there, those 2 right there, that's what we're going to be putting these in. We're going to take our 13mm down. We're going to start this by hand. I'm kind of doing this all blind, if you want to know the truth. Make sure you get them started by hand. You don't want to cross thread those. That one's in. All right, they're started by hand. I can go ahead and tighten them up. Well, can't get the hole. All right, now those are tightened up. Voila, this is what we got so far. It's looking good, guys. All right, now that we've got the 2 main 13s in and we've got it all in, we're just basically going to be putting everything back together now. So let's go ahead and get those screws on. If you do have any of these clips come off, we just pop those right back on there, and those will snap right back in. That is kind of a tether, just kind of clips back into that spot right there. This is just going to clip right in. All right, we're going to put our OS holder back on. All right, that's on. Gonna put this clip back on. 2 little hooks first, and then the clip right in there. No big deal. Now let's go ahead and take this top piece. It looks like we've got to put on next. Well, this goes this way. Oh, it's coming together nice. Just kind of give that a little bump all the way in. That looks good. We've got 1 screw here. Now we've got the radio bezel to put back on. Now if any of these clips get stuck in here, just pull them out with a pair of needle nose vice grips or something you have. That snaps in there. All right, that's that. We're going to take this piece now. Hey, check this out. This has got like a little hook thing right here, so we need to make sure that this bottom knee bolster kind of is out a little bit. Slide that right in there. Kind of pop that on, bam, bam, and then pop that knee bolster back in. Oh, we got to put the glove box back in. Now the glove box can be tricky here. As you can see here, this is the thing that opens it slowly and stuff, but it didn't break, it just came off. Now this piece here, I just popped off of the glove box housing, and you can see it goes on this gear right here. Because if you didn't know, this is where the cabin air filter's at. Check this out. There's the cabin air filter. I'll show you how to replace that sometime. But you're going to just take this right here with the gears like that. And we're just going to put it in here and just push it through. Okay, that's all it is. It's just a it helps it to open slowly and, you know, all that jazz. Go ahead and bring this all the way out so when we put our glove box in, it will fit. Gotta get those hooks down there, all 3 hooks. Come up here, clips in there, and then as you can see, I'm gonna pop this in right there and push down. Now the glove box opens nice and slow. Guys, check that out. That looks so good. Man, this is awesome, guys. I really, this is the first time I've actually done a modification to the Jeep. And man, that looks good. That looks really good. The body color matches perfect. All right, now we have to connect the battery back up. Let's go ahead and do that. Now we want to go ahead and connect the negative battery terminal before we install that fuse. So let's go ahead and put that on there. You can see things are starting to activate. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up. Not too tight. I'm going to over tighten that. All right, that's nice and snug. And we're going to come over here and reinstall the 5-amp fuse, the IDCM, the integrated dual charging module. Remember, this Jeep does not have an alternator, okay? It uses the motor generator unit to actually charge the battery. The electric motors charge the battery. All right, you got your fuse back in. Got that clipped on, and we are good to go. Now once we've got the battery connected and the fuse in, we can go ahead and shut the hood. Now we can go ahead and plug our charger back in. Wow, guys, final results. Check this out. Wow, dude, this looks so good. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this modification, guys. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. This is a great addition to the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Kind of personalizes it. I'm gonna be honest with you, my favorite mod, which is my only mod actually right now. So, guys, I hope this brings a little bit of safety awareness to the 4xe community, disconnecting the airbag and disconnecting the 12-volt battery. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We're about 2,000 away from hitting 30,000 subscribers. Because, guys, I cannot believe that over 30,000 people watch this channel. I want to say thank you so much, okay? And like I always say, I hope you're smarter now than you were when you started this video. Have a great day. Ooh, now that looks good. That looks good. Check it out.